Hey, what is up everybody? This is K-Rail. I am the Chief Fitness Advisor for Pine Pollen Superfoods and Train for Longevity. And today, we are sitting in my living room. Well, I am sitting in my living room. I don't know where you're sitting, and it doesn't really matter. The important thing is this. Today we're going to address 5 of the worst exercises that you should avoid. And I got them listed on my nice fancy clipboard right here. Let's start with number 1, seated bicep curls. And when I say seated bicep curls, I'm referring to the actual machine that you sit on and do bicep curls. So let's just take an example of how this works. We sit on a chair, we slump forward like this, putting our shoulders into bad posture. We prop our elbows onto a pad, and we grab a hold of a bar, and we go like this, or lever. And then we do a set of curls. And you know what happens? People start putting a ton of weight on this thing, and they start crashing it down, and the weight stack is smacking, and it's annoying everyone in the gym, and their shoulders are rounded, their back is rounded, their neck is put into flexion, and they're doing more damage than good. And even if they put the weight on light, they're still in a fixed position with their elbows propped against the pad, and they're in a linear motion. So if you know me personally, I talk a lot about circles and spirals and figure eights and getting more movement patterns into your life. Any kind of exercise like a seated bicep curl where you're seated and you're going like this, it's a linear motion. So you're not getting any brain activity going on. So I like to fire up the brain. If you want to get a good bicep exercise in, do a single leg twisting bicep curl, okay? There's your alternative, standing position. That's why I don't like seated bicep curls on the machine. Okay, number 2, Smith machine back squats. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the Smith machine at all because it gives you this range of motion right here. Do I look like a drone? Okay, that, my friend, does not allow your body to move any which way except up and down. So if you get in there and you throw about 3 wheels on each side of the barbell, and you try to do back squats inside a Smith machine, and your body wants to go this way or that way to compensate, or even slightly to the left or right, if you have a tight muscle somewhere, guess what? You're setting yourself up for danger. Personally, I don't like barbell back squats at all, period, because I think it puts a lot of torque on your cervical spine, and it also puts a lot of torque on your shoulders. So in a Smith machine, you're pigeonholed into one angular position of motion going up and down, which is super bad for your body. So I suggest avoiding the back squats in the Smith machine altogether. The second best case scenario would be a barbell squat, well, and just like out in a squat rack, or just holding dumbbells and doing a squat that way. There's a million ways you can work your legs other than the Smith machine back squat. That's my 2 cents on that. Okay, this is a fun one. I see this in the gym all the time, and it is one of the biggest atrocities I have ever seen in the history of my life. The behind the neck lat pull down, if you want to call it that. So someone puts about, 220 pounds on the weight stack. They grab a hold of the bar, and they start going like this. And this is always accompanied with a grunt and groan. So it's never just this. It's always, and like they're in pain, like they're being murdered or stabbed in the back. And they might as well be getting stabbed in the neck because that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to have stabbing pain in their neck if they keep doing that stupid exercise. So do not sit in a lat pull down machine and ever let me catch you doing a behind the neck pull down. And on the same token, don't ever let me catch you holding the barbell behind your back, doing this, and doing a behind the neck press at the same time. Both exercises are ill-advised. They put a tremendous amount of torque on your cervical spine. They damage your shoulders, and they don't belong in a gym. Don't do them, not good for you. There's plenty of ways to work your lats and work your shoulders that are way safer than that, and you don't want to mess around with that kind of stuff because at Train for Longevity in Pine Pollen, we believe in longevity. It's called Train for Longevity for a reason. We want you to be healthy as you age. We want to reverse the aging process, and we want you to be feeling well and feeling good every single day. So behind the neck stuff, no good. Don't do it. Bad news. Dumbbell side bends. Woo! That used to be a really popular exercise back in the early 80s and stuff. Shockingly, I still see people doing them these days. Holding 2 dumbbells, mind you. And they stand up, and they just kind of go like this, back and forth. The heaviest dumbbells they could possibly grip, mind you. Back and forth. They go back and forth. Like this. Well, I'll tell you what. If you like the idea of having nice big old honking fat love handle areas, keep on doing your side bends. But in reality, that's doing nothing except putting some torque on your spine in the lateral position. And if you use 1 dumbbell, it doesn't matter. If you use 2 dumbbells, it doesn't matter. All it does is build your obliques bigger inside your body. And if there's any fat on the exterior around the muscles, it's going to push it out and it's going to make your obliques or your love handle area look even bigger. So avoid those. Don't do side bends. If you want to work your obliques, do any kind of twisting exercises. Russian twists, side bends, bicycle crunches. The side bends, don't do the side bends. Bicycle crunches, side dips, I meant to say, on your side, on a forearm. And then lower your hips down and raise your hips up in the air. And don't use a ton of weight to work your obliques. Because I'm telling you, you're going to build your muscles up and your love handles are going to look more pronounced than they already are. And we don't want that to happen. Avoid them. Okay, last but not least, and possibly my favorite of them all, the good old-fashioned kipping pull-ups. Guess what? I can't stand them. There's no such thing as a kipping pull-up. I just call it like a hanging fish out of water or something, because it looks like, when I used to go fishing when I was little in Northeast Pennsylvania, I'd reel in a catfish and I'd pull it out and it'd be going like this, flipping and flopping every which way in the air. Well, that's what you look like when you do kipping pull-ups. This exercise was done by gymnasts years ago. It was crafted by them to get up to a bar and get into a position. Then all of a sudden they turned it into this high rep exercise where you're doing like 1,000,000 reps in a row, or as many as you possibly can. You're not doing a doggone thing for your lats or your back or your shoulders, your biceps, or the muscles that are supposed to be the key areas that are designed for a pull-up, a good clean pull-up. A kipping pull-up is going to destroy your hands. Most people don't know how to do them. They do them incorrectly anyway. It puts a heck of a lot of torque on your shoulder. All that jamming going up and down all the time. Bad news for your shoulders, bad news for your hands, and you're not really doing anything for your muscles. It's all momentum. Momentum is not good in this case. In some cases it is, but not in the case of kipping pull-ups. You want to turn into a Herc and a Hoss? Just hold yourself down like this, full extension of the arms. Pull yourself up nice and slow. Don't torque your neck back and forth like this. Get your chin above the bar. Slowly lower yourself all the way back down to a totally flexed arm position, extended arm position. Pull yourself back up to a flexed arm position, all the way back down. Slow and steady. You want to get a good back workout? 5 reps or less of clean quality pull-ups and do like 10 sets. That trumps 50 sloppy kipping pull-ups any day of the week. All right, I've said my piece. Now it's time for me to go because I have rice cooking in the other room. Organic, short grain brown rice, I might add. This is K-Rail reporting live from my living room. This is Pine Pollen Superfoods and Train for Longevity. Make sure to like and share our videos, subscribe to our page, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. Until next time, have a great day.